What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we will be discussing an upcoming One Piece Ichiban Kuji series, and it is called Wano Country Arc Act 3. We have the Act 1 and Act 2 Ichiban Kuji series before. I'm sure you're familiar with the prizes and the figures in them, so now we are getting one for the third act. And I believe some of the figures we will be seeing here today is going to be a bit spoilerish, depending on how you see it. So if you're an anime oni and you want to be careful, my suggestion for you is to stop the video, close it, and come back sometime in the future. Alright, we are going to take a quick overview of the main prizes in this series. This is a zoomed out image, but I believe you can still see the 6 of them. Prize A, we have Oden. Prize B, we have Gear 4th Luffy. Prize C, we have Law. D, we have Kid. E, we have Zoro, and F, we have Killer. So this series is going to be released in Japan March 2022 next year. For prize A, we are getting what they call an Emorial Vignette. And of course, this is Kozuki Oden. I don't read Japanese, I can't read them, so I'm not sure what the words are here. But I believe this is Oden something hour. So what it means, it could be the legendary hour of Oden. And this is of course the words that he said, something like Oden is not Oden if it wasn't Boyd, and the words are just at the background. So this is not really like a normal figure, it's more of a scene recreation trying to capture this epic moment of Oden. It's up to you if you like this or not. I'm sure some of us out there will be thinking we prefer a more normal looking figure, and some of us will really love this because it's almost like a panel or a scene straight out from the manga and anime. And what more can you ask for, right? If you want a figure, I mean, half of his body is inside the boiling pot, so it's just the other upper half. And if you look at the details, I think the face looks great. It captures the charisma, the confidence, and the smile of Oden. And the details on the hands, the muscles, the arms, the body, they all look to be quite good. And also the hair from this image, as far as I can see, they look to be decent. At the back, you have the flower capital, those words, and over here we have the silver pot that holds Oden. So I think it's actually something that is interesting on a standalone. Just put it there, and definitely will still add value to your collection. The size of this, by the way, is 22 cm, so I presume that is all the way to the top of the background here. For prize B, this is back under the Masterlise Expiece line. And of course, this is our captain, Monkey D. Luffy in Gear 4. This, I believe, it means YONKO Clash in English. I'm not sure if that is the right translation. The height is 20 cm, and I assume that is all the way to the top of the steam effect. I believe this is the first large-scale Gear 4 Luffy figure in the new Onigashima outfit. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And as usual, for most Gear 4 Luffy figures, we have him supported by the steam effects, or the clouds, whatever you call it. So this kind of acts as the support and the base. I'm not sure if for this series there is going to be an additional black base surrounding it, but maybe not, so we will have to see later on. When you look at this figure, straight away you can tell in terms of the style, it is much more cleaner. It is not going for hyper realism like the artists who did the previous Snake Man and Bound Man and also the Kaido Big Mom figures. So this is what we are going to get. I think the details wise are all still very good. The face looks like Luffy, it captures the fierceness, you can even see the teeth quite well here. The hair is kind of moving upwards in that direction, maybe to try to capture some sort of motion, some sort of wind effect, and it looks great to me. The body also looks to be quite good, the scar, the ballooned muscles, and here we have the haki, as well as on the arms it is also colored with this dark maroon and a bit of a gloss to it. The steam effect, you can probably see for yourself. I will not spend too much time on them. The straw hats as well as the pants and the small little legs. The steam effects at the bottom looks to be quite okay. So overall, I think this can possibly be a good addition to your figures, especially if you still do not have a Gear 4 Luffy figure yet. Prize C, we have Trafalgar Law, and his height is 12 cm. I believe in this case, this is all the way up to the top of the hat. I don't think it is to the top of the sword. And here we have Law just kind of kneeling down, looking cool. I think using his Devil Fruit powers. I'm not 100% sure if this is trying to replicate a scene from the story. Maybe when he tried to swap Luffy or whoever out of danger, or moving the scabbards down to safety. Could be that. My memory is not very good, it's been a while, but I think this is quite a cool looking pose for him, just kneeling on the rocks. Details wise, I think it is quite decent. Law's face looks to be alright. The hat, the fur coats, and some motion over here towards the back. The force increases, you can see for yourself, is kind of blocked by the sword. And we also have the tattoos. Shoes are shiny, and the rocks themselves are alright, I guess. I think Law fans wouldn't mind having this figure of Law just kneeling down, sitting nicely on the shelf. Price D, we have our next captain, Eustass Kid, and his height is 17 cm. When I first saw this, I can't help but think of the previous Ichiban Kuji Dynamic Arts Kid figure. They look very similar, except for the head, I think, looking in different directions. I'm gonna put a picture here in post so you can do some side-by-side comparison. But looking at this figure, details-wise, I believe they should be very similar stylistically too. Just by looking at the hair and the coats here, you can tell that a lot of effort has been put to making the texturing more realistic. Face-wise, maybe not the best. They tried to capture his crazy and maniac look, laughter, but I don't think it is done 100% here. And details wise on the body looks fantastic, like the muscles, look at it, looks great. The hand, the texturing on the clothing, the belts, the vest, this leather thingy, the silver buttons painted on, and the pants, the boots, all look great. The metallic arm looks fantastic as well, but we can't really tell much from this angle, except for the wear and tear they have added to the sculpts to make it more realistic, like how some metal can be damaged, and also the different types of paint application. The silver are different depending on where it is painted on. So overall, I believe this is a good alternative or a second chance if you miss out on that Dynamic Arts Kid figure. Price E, we have Roronoa Zoro, and his height is 13 cm. I believe this is also a scene recreation of him throwing the attack at Kaido, possibly the one that almost killed him. I might be getting this wrong, by the way, so just correct me, because it's been a while and my memory is not that good. Details wise, we can't really tell much from the face because this angle is not favorable. But the details on the clothing, the ropes, the bandana, the creases all look to be natural and good. The muscles look to be alright, as well as the waist sash over here. Arm muscles not as crazy as the one that we have seen on Kid. Sword details, the coloring looks to be alright. The parts where they are supposed to be metallic is done in the right way, and unfortunately we can't have a good look of Emma in this photo, but looks like he's gonna be supported somehow because this is likely the final position and angle it is going to be in. But interesting pose. I don't think we have a lot of figures of Zoro kind of in this mid-air pose, launching an attack downwards, so I'm sure a lot of you will like this too. Price F, we have Killer, and his height is 13 cm. Very rare occasion for him to be included in an Ichiban Kuji series, but because this is worst generation clash with the Yonkos, he's always going to get a slot. I am very tempted myself, like I said, because it is so rare to get a figure of him, and I also think that he will look good with him just, doing this backward swing at the back and Kid being in front of him. It's a possible display option. Details wise, it looks to be quite good. If you look at the helmet, the painting, the sculpt looks decent. The hair looks quite fantastic as well, just trying to show this different locks coming out, protruding out, and you have the muscles here that shows how ripped he is, the veins popping out from the left arm. And here maybe the blade swinging effect, some of you might not like it, but personally I think it is still okay. Looking at his clothing, I think the creases, the folds, they are also quite well done. The shading is great as well for the jeans. I think they have done a good job. On their website, they've also mentioned there is a last price version of Kaido. We have no idea how he looks like. Maybe it could be a hybrid form of him. That would be awesome. We also have a double chance of the Price A Emorial Vignette. I'm not sure if it looks any different, if there's any color differences, but I guess we will have to wait a while more to find out. Alright, that's all I have for this video. As usual, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. If you enjoy yourselves, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share them with your friends, and if you're new here, you like what I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell notifications button so you don't miss out on new videos like this. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I will see you very soon. Goodbye.